Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's a pleasure to have you with me. I'm currently pulling an all-nighter so that I can have the focus and the solitude necessary to reply to many artists who I'm working with for the second edition of my language learning card game, which is called Heading Into Language Land 2. And I decided to start doing this kind of on a whim, but who knows, maybe it will turn into a little bit of a tradition here because I want you guys to understand how much drive and passion I have to bring this creative project to fruition and to push my craft into the world. And not only from my perspective, but also I want you to understand the amount of time and effort these artists are putting in to their craft and their creative journeys in the same way as I am. It's a really amazing collaboration, what we're doing here. And I have to be incredibly opportunistic because I have a full-time job, I have a family, I've got two little kids. And so every spare moment that I can have to myself, I use to inch my vision forward. I don't engage in a lot of distractions that most people do. I don't give my time to those things, and I don't want you to do either because you only get one shot at life, and you need to use every moment to do meaningful things and do meaningful work. Okay? Well, let me get off my soapbox and stop pontificating. In this video, we're going to talk about an amazing character and an amazing artist. The artist is Gabriel Schwepler, Schwepler Studios. He did several incredible pieces for the last game, Heading into Language Land 1, and I have an interview with him on my channel. If you want to get some work done with him, and I highly recommend working with him, you can find the links in the description of this video below. But he is someone who I think I've met my match in terms of finding someone who has an obsessive attention to detail and who's willing to communicate seriously and deeply over every little thing. Gabriel and I routinely have email chains 30, 40, 50 emails long for a single piece. He's someone who's devoted to bringing his best, and he always over delivers in terms of value. So I've not found a better artist to work with yet in terms of getting characters done for these game cards. Um, and I just it's when I say that, I don't mean that the other artists aren't doing artwork that's as good as him or as admirable as him. What I'm commenting on is his incredible work ethic and just the amount of effort he puts into his communications. And you'll see what I mean when we get into this piece here. So let me share the character who is Yacht. Okay, brace yourselves for Yacht. Yacht is the Goblin King. Okay, there he is. So in my world that I've created, the world of Language Land, instead of Goblin, we have Gablin. Because the world is all about language learning, the Gablin, the word gab means to talk a lot. So these Gablin are always talking. They're essentially just Gablin, but I changed the name to Gablin to make it more related to conversations, talking, learning languages. The Gablin are always fraternizing and they can never shut up. And they're a crazy, unruly mob. And Yacht is the leader of them all. He's the Gablin king. Now, what you'll understand through reading the story and playing the game later is that Yacht he's come under the influence of the forces of evil somewhat. Actually, I don't even know if that's going to be in the story, but I'm going to indicate it here in the card game. And that's something that I love is sometimes different details appear in different places. There might be some details in the stories and not the game. There might be some details in the game, but not the story. And so when you read the story and also play the game, you can start to put some of the puzzle pieces together and see a larger picture. So in this scene, Yacht believes correctly that some of the other main characters of the story are trying to traverse and go through these woods, and he's trying to hunt them down and stop them. He's under orders to capture them. and he believes they are definitely in this forest, and he's ordering his mob to go out to spread out and find them right now. This is a pivotal scene in the story. So now in this video, I'm going to speak directly to Gabriel, and you'll see how I spend time to communicate with artists and the way that I communicate with artists to get this work done. So, Gabriel, thank you so much for all the incredible effort you've already put into this scene. I think we're coming down the home stretch here. There's just a few things I want to mention. The first is there's some blobs, some of the green blobs on his back. I want to go ahead and remove those. I think it's just a little too much in terms of detail work on him. It's getting a little too busy, and I don't think they're really necessary. I feel like they're a little bit distracting, and I think the green blobs on his forearm are going to be enough. So these, by the way, guys, these are a magical infection that's part of the story. It's spreading around to different characters, and so that's what that is. Now, Gabriel, the green blobs on the arm here, I feel like they kind of look like they're in two lines. I'm hoping you can break that up a little bit to make it a little bit less structured. Because right now it kind of looks like an intentional pattern of two lines. I want to break that up a bit. And I'm hoping you can make them glow a bit more brightly so that we understand they're not just warts or pustules, they're actually sort of a magical illness or infection. So let's try to make them glow a little bit more. And you can actually put a little, maybe some wisps of a magical energy or aura sort of drifting off his arm a little bit just to indicate there's something more going on here. This is a magical infection that's on his arm, and it's not just, like I said, warts or pustules. And then I think we can actually remove this necklace. Now I'm thinking my idea to have that is a little too stereotypical. And I also think it's going to distract from the better idea that we have coming, which is the scarification tattoos that we're planning to add here. I think the scarification plus those magical that magical infection on the forearm, more than enough cool stuff going on there. We don't need to overdo it. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much again, Gabriel. By the way, let me compliment you on the shiny sword as you've made it here. That is amazing. I just love how you've done that there. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And again, definitely, I recommend getting some artwork done by Gabriel. Check out the links in the video description below. Bye-bye for now. See you back here next time.